What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the perfect, classic, authentic Italian pesto. So, first of all, there's a little bit of an order of how we're going to do things here. Don't mind the background noise, that's just me boiling some pasta, as always. So the first thing we're going to do, I did this ahead of time, but here we have our pine nuts. Pine nuts are traditional, and you can't really have authentic Italian pesto without pine nuts. But what I went ahead and did was toast them just in a pan for about a minute and a half on high. It doesn't take long. That's about all you want to do so you don't burn them. Get them a nice dark color. So what you can also do as a substitute for pine nuts, you could also use macadamia nuts or pistachios. It's not like the original version, but they can be used in place of pine nuts. So we have these off to the side, but what we're going to do right now is start by blending the garlic first. We have certain ingredients that are going to take more blending to get to the right consistency. So we're going to start with the garlic. Now, you don't really have to use this much garlic, but I like garlic a lot. So we're going to use a lot of garlic here. So it's going to go right in here, right into the blender, and then we're going to put in some extra virgin olive oil. It has to be extra virgin. You want it to be cold pressed as well. So we're going to put in a generous amount of extra virgin olive oil, and then we're going to get blending. You really want to fill up a good portion of this blender. This is going to be the base for your pesto. So that's good for now. If we need to add more later, we can, but that should give us enough liquid to blend this the right way. Alright, that should be good. Yeah, that looks like a good consistency for our first round. You can see the garlic is pretty well dissolved in here. So the next thing we want to do is add our pine nuts, because this is also a pretty hardy material, so it's going to take a little bit of blending to get it to the right consistency. So we're going to funnel in our pine nuts now. Okay. All right. We are looking pretty good, Still, a good amount of liquid in here, but that's quickly going to be more of a solid. All right. Okay, so now we're going to add in two of our most important ingredients for this pesto. We're going to add in, of course, fresh basil as always. So we're going to put a good amount of fresh basil in here. What you want to do before you use your basil, if it's fresh, which it should be, you want to wash it, but in nice cold water. So you don't want to wash it in hot water. It's going to ruin the consistency. You're going to lose some of that flavor. So you want to wash it in nice cold water, and then you just want to pat dry it with a napkin to get that excess water off of there. So a good amount of basil in here. I think we almost have enough. Alright, so that should be good enough for the basil. And then, on top of that, some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. So I'm going to sprinkle that in here. You definitely want this. It's going to add just that perfect amount of sharp flavor inside of it. A little more fresh Parmesan in there. Alright, there we go. Look at that. All the way inside. That's perfect. It's going to be beautiful. So we're going to blend it now. Cover goes back on. Here we go. We are down to the last couple of blends here. That's some good looking pesto right there. So we're gonna check out our consistency. It looks pretty good. The only thing about this pesto is it's not gonna be as green as you would normally see because we have the toasted pine nuts in here. So it's not gonna be quite as green of a color, but I'm telling you, the flavor is gonna be the best you've ever had. So this last part here, we can't forget to add in some salt and pepper. Not too much, just a few twists of salt in there. And then we're gonna do the same thing with some freshly ground peppercorn. Not too much, just a few twists. And then we're gonna give it one more quick little blend here. All right, it's on there nice. And that should be good enough. All right, let's take a look at this. Not bad. Again, the color is not going to be what you're used to, but that's not the important thing here. So, all right, we're going to pour in our pesto here. That's a good consistency. That is a really good consistency. And just like that, I lost my entire inside of my blender, but it's still a good consistency. So these blades right here, you see, they're going to add some extra flavor for you. And finally, we have our end result right here. Take a look at that pesto. Again, like I said, it might not be the perfect green color you're used to, but that's because we toasted those pine nuts to a nice darker color. If you want a brighter green pesto, just go ahead and don't toast them, and you will have a very nice vibrant green color. And we might do that in another video. But as far as flavor goes, and you will see some pestos that look like this, it just depends on where you go, whether they toast their pine nuts or not. But I think they taste a lot better toasted. So let's take a look. Look at that, you can just see the oil is just perfectly balanced in here. Wow, it does not get any better than that. This is just the best pesto in the whole world, and it's super easy to make. Just a few ingredients, and it's perfect for any kind of pasta dish that you want. It's so amazing. So that's pretty much it. It doesn't take long at all. 5-10 minutes, boom, you got fresh pesto right there. So that's going to be the end of our video.